Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my channel for another Hot Toys D23 exclusive 1/6 scale figure unboxing and review. Now today we are taking a look at none other than the Avengers Campus Spidey. Now I got mine with the help of toyswonderland.com. Link for their site is in the description below. They do have installment plans and a points-based reward system. While you're down there, why not hit that subscribe, bell notification icon and join button so you're notified as soon as a brand new review goes live on the channel. As for the box art, it's red, it's blue, it's very Spidey. Smack bang in the middle, an image of the wall crawler. It's also super high gloss. Off to the side, Avengers Campus. Then down below, this little logo right here. Comic masterpiece. Rather interesting. We'll discuss that a little bit later. On the side, Avengers Campus and Spider-Man. Down below, W.E.B. On the back of the box, a bunch of warnings and legal info. Now, you all know we're not really here to discuss the packaging, we're here to get Spidey himself out here. Now, I've been super excited to receive this guy. Some people have been on the fence, and some people are screaming at Hot Toys, why did you all make this guy so tough to get? We've wanted this suit forever. Now, this is actually the suit that the actors wear at Disneyland at Avengers Campus, hence the name of this figure. First impressions are, yeah, he looks and feels rather familiar. What we are going to do now, though, is get all of his accessories laid out in the lightbox and take a closer look at everything he comes with. Starting off with the display base first, it's super simple. It's the usual Hot Toys hexagonal style. We've got this textural hexagonal pattern up on top, plus a glossy W.E.B. logo. Now, up the front, we have nothing. No Spider-Man nameplate, no Avengers Campus branding, it's completely blank and I don't really know why. Up top, a dynamic flight pole that is bendable and posable, plus a spring-loaded waist clamp. Please be careful, these are super aggressive and the front points can dig into the suit over time. Spidey does come with his own W.E.B. branded merch, being a backpack and a hoodie. Now he can wear both of these and we will be trying them on the figure a little bit later. The hoodie is made of this grey stretchy fabric. Up front, a massive W.E.B. logo just like the display base, then down below, Worldwide Engineering Brigade. That's what W.E.B. stands for. Now the backpack is made of this canvas style material. You can open it up, and if you wanted to be a little bit cheeky, you could store some of his swap out hands or maybe eyepieces in the bag. So when you want to switch out the pose, you don't have to go hunting for the box, the accessories will be right here. You do also get a bunch of W.E.B. effects, of course, it's Spidey. You do get the spooled up W.E.B., which is my personal favourite. It installs in his hand and kinda makes it look like he's grabbed a fistful of W.E.B. You also get various other ones in different shapes and sizes. They can connect up to this little attachment right here, so yeah, it looks like he's webbed up someone, or maybe he's webbed up his churro. Now if you want to attach it to his web shooter, there's a little hole at the bottom. It simply plugs in and yeah, it looks like he's shot out one of his webs. I'm pretty sure you can buy these IRL at Disneyland and they can walk around and do stuff, but in 1/6 scale, it's just a little bit more simple. We've got some ball joints for his limbs. For some reason, this one and this one, they're sticking out and I'm not sure why. Comparing him to the size of Spidey's hand, as you can see, he's a pretty chunky boy. He's also painted in red, black, silver, and blue. Plus, you've got some metallic blue for his lenses. I'm pretty sure this is exactly what it looks like in real life in 1:1 scale. Meaning, of course, 1:1 to the actual Avengers Campus version, this is 1/6 scale. Now, he does come with a bunch of different lenses ranging from fully open to slightly squinted to way more squinted to fully closed for the Peter Tingle. And yeah, we will be trying out a bunch of these eyes a little bit later on. Now, these accessories are the ones that are exclusive to the D23 version. If you go for the standard, you get that stuff right there, nothing to sneeze at, I would be perfectly fine with that, but you'd be missing out on the most important accessory here, a 1/6 scale churro. I love the sculpt, there's some texture to it, it's well painted, yeah. It looks like a churro. You also get a can of drink with a fully printed label, and the can is a bright, shiny silver. We do get some paper accessories, being this little poster that has the Spider-Bot battle. I like that it says Peter versus Harley. It kind of is a throwback to Iron Man 3. Now, the web manual is fully detailed. It's been scribbled all over by Spidey. All of the pages are printed. You all know I love 1/6 scale books, and this one, yeah, it makes me super happy. But of course, nothing will ever make me as happy as a 1/6 scale churro. Now, you do get the full complement of Spidey hands, there's a ton of texture, the web lines are fully painted. These are the hands from the tech suit, because there's the web shooter activation portions painted in black. What we are going to do now, though, is get Spidey himself out here. Standing straight up and down in the light box, no crazy poses or accessories or anything like that. Yeah, that's Spidey, and it's back to basics in the red and blue. I love the way this looks. Now, it's not just a simple, smooth, classic suit. We've got some panel lines, we've got some texture, we've got some black details, and the very divisive silver web shooters and web canisters. I happen to like them, but I know they're not for everyone. I also love the body choice here. It's the 2.0 upgraded suit body. We've got great proportions, really good articulation, being able to bring his arms flat down by his sides, and musculature visible through the suit itself. Does it look like a shrunk down Tom Holland in the Spidey suit in 1/6 scale? To me, yeah, absolutely. Up close and personal, kicking things off with Spidey's head sculpt first. I love the eyes, I love the shape, and I love the material. Now, I'm a huge fan of sculpted head sculpts because in the past there's been this big bump up the top because of the stitching. The bump is there, but it's a lot smaller. Now, around the back, there is a seam line, but it's nicely integrated into the middle web line, so it's not super ugly. The fabric is screen printed, and the web lines are just a little bit more subtle compared to the other two. Now, you can of course switch out the eyes if you'd like to go for a different option. Like, say for instance, the squinted eyes. It's mid-battle. Peter is squinting, he's concentrating, his lenses have closed just a little. You can always switch them out for one of the other options like we saw earlier. These kinda give me Ditko vibes, which is always a good thing for a red and blue Spidey. Now, you do have some bumps for his ears and his nose, all part of the sculpt underneath. We saw that previously, and we have it here too. Now, one of the benefits of everything being a lot tighter is when you try and move the head sculpt, the fabric doesn't fidget around and the web lines no longer move out of alignment. It's just a lot easier to work with as compared to tech suit and upgraded suit. Now, the best part about this is, because this is using the Tom Holland body, yeah, it's compatible with either of the Tom Holland head sculpts from tech suit or upgraded suit. It looks really good. It fits on like a glove. Yeah, I could absolutely see myself using this head sculpt with the hoodie and the churro in the display. Back to the masked head sculpt for just a second. As you can see, compared to the upgraded suit, same shape and size, the lenses are identical, but the web lines are a lot less prominent, and the seam is way more visible on the upgraded suit. Now, the fabric also moved and fidgeted around. As you can see, the web lines kind of got out of alignment when you're trying to pose the head sculpt, but with the new guy, that's a non-issue. Hot Toys are working on their own version of the half-masked head sculpt, but here we have the third-party one. It works, it fits on the body, it doesn't sit too high, it doesn't sit too low. Although it's worth noting the color match between the mask, the hands, and the body, yeah, it's a little different because this head sculpt was never really designed for this suit. As for the outfit, it kinda looks and feels like a 2.0, an evolution of the tech suit from Homecoming, but that's perfectly fine with me. I really like the tech suits. The colors are on point, the blue is nice and vibrant, so too is the red. and the red is all fabric. It's nice and stretchy. You can see the muscle definition underneath. It's using the same body as upgraded suit. The little dots are printed on the surface, so there is just a little bit of raised texture. Around the back, we not only have the big honkin' Spidey logo, but the blue is that rubbery material just like we saw with Homecoming. This time though, we have a bunch of blue panel lines. Some people really don't like the panel lines. I'm partial to them, but it's all down to personal preference. We also have the massive W.E.B logo around the front. This time no droney, it's a lot flatter. We also don't have those black strips, although they kinda look like they're supposed to be there, but no, that is the design from Avengers Campus. Now, his web shooters are these big honkin' silver ones. They look really different, but really cool. As I said, a 2.0 of the tech suit, slightly more technologically advanced. Maybe these web shooters can do a bunch more stuff. That's why they're as bright and silver as they are. You also have the bright silver web canisters with some panel lines, fully painted in. Coming down to the legs, yeah, a bunch more of the blue fabric. It's super rubbery. You do have the panel lines, the texture. I kinda like the pattern here. It just makes it look that little bit more techy. Now down here for the boots, you luckily don't have a ton of bunching for the ankles. Thank you, Hot Toys. You all know I hate the bunching. This looks way better. What do I mean by saying that? Well, with previous Spidey figures, the fabric tucked in at the ankles, it looked really ugly. This looks a lot smoother, kind of like the movie promo Spidey. They made some improvements there, and they have here as well. Now, coming down to the tread, it's fully sculpted in, and spoiler alert for articulation, yeah, you do still have the toe joint. Now, if you're wondering, what does he look like wearing the hoodie? Well, luckily, I am too. Here we have Spidey wearing the hoodie, the backpack, holding the book, and a churro. A sentence I never thought I'd ever get to say, but here we are. Yeah, he looks really good. Now, it was pretty tricky to slide the hoodie on because there's a ton of friction on the suit, but once you do, it fits him well, it hugs the body, and yes, the backpack simply slides on. You can tighten the straps so it sits down a little lower. For those wondering what this looks like with the Peter Parker head sculpt, here it is. It absolutely works, everything fits, everything's in proportion. Now, if you wanted to, you could have him wearing the hoodie, but unfortunately, it's kind of funky. Now, you could always steam the hoodie and try and get it to sit down and look a little bit more natural, because as it stands, yeah, it looks really goofy. For a quick side-by-side comparison, here we have the tech suit Spidey on the left, upgraded suit on the right, and the brand new Avengers Campus Spidey smack bang in the middle. Now, I don't know about y'all, but my eye is immediately drawn to the new one for a few key reasons. Number one, I love the colors here. The blue is more vibrant. I love the blue panel lines. The Spidey logo is a lot bigger. And those bright silver canisters and web shooters, yeah, they help him stand out just a little more. Now, it's also worth noting that he's using the improved 2.0 body that we got with upgraded suit. More definition, he's got more musculature, you can make out the collarbone. Yeah, the proportions are good on all three, they're roughly the same height. But I'm still curious, which one is your favourite? Please, let me know down below. Next up, this was one that I was really curious to try. A lot of people said when the Avengers Campus one was announced, Hot Toys, it's the same figure as What If without the cape, but no, it isn't. They are completely different. They're using different bodies. What If is taller, he has a fully sculpted head sculpt, the musculature is a lot more obvious, it's bigger, he's beefier, the suit is all that rubbery material and there is no texture whatsoever. Whereas the Avengers Campus Spidey uses the Tom body, which I prefer, a little bit shorter. The musculature is less obvious, but it's still there, and the fabric is fabric. It's screen printed, it's textural, it's lighter, you can feel it. Now, it's once again going to be up to you to decide which you prefer, but if I had to pick between these two to stand in my display as my Avengers Campus Spidey, Yeah, I think it's obvious. I'm going for the new one. Speaking of what if you were thinking, what if I put the Doctor Strange Cloak of Levitation on this Spidey to make a live action version of What If Spidey? I've said what if too many times. Yes, you can absolutely do that. It works. Could I ever see myself using this in the display? No, I'm just going to display him as Spidey, but yes, this is totally an option. Going over articulation, do bear in mind this is my personal copy of the figure, so I'm going to be a little bit more careful. Starting off with the head sculpt, it's on a double ball peg with a rubbery neck, looking forward and back, swivel and pivot side to side. The arms will go up on ratchets to there, they will go forward and back, butterfly joint at the shoulder that also hinges up and down, swivel at the bicep, double bend at the elbow that does get you past 90, plus of course a regular 1/6 scale wrist peg. The torso crunches forward but kinda springs back just a little, going back to there, swivel as well as pivot. The legs go forward to there on soft ratchets, going out to there on more clicky ratchets, swivel at the upper thigh, double bend at the knee that does get you past 90, double ball peg down here for the ankle, plus of course, toe articulation. Moving on to the 3 cool and 3 annoying things. The first annoying thing isn't that Hot Toys are reissuing this guy as an exclusive. That's actually perfectly fine by me, it means more people can get him, and I see that as an absolute win. It's that if you do get that exclusive, you are missing out on some very key and Avengers Campus specific accessories that you get with this one. The second annoying thing is, Hot Toys, the nameplate. You all forgot to print Avengers Campus or Spider-Man or literally anything. It's completely blank. That means in a collection amongst a sea of hexagonal display bases by Hot Toys with nameplates. Yeah, this one's going to stand out for all the wrong reasons. The third annoying thing is this bunching. Now, it's not super ugly, it's not a deal breaker, don't get me wrong, but my eye does go to it, and I am worried that having all of this suit tucked inside that joint, it'll cause some damage over time. The first cool thing is, you get a bunch of really cool 1/6 scale web merch, so if you wanted to and you had a Peter Parker head sculpt lying around, yeah, you could very easily kit bash an Avengers Campus web Peter Parker in 1/6 scale. The second cool thing is, finally Hot Toys, y'all have fixed the ugly bunching. Right here we have the upgraded suit, the current most recent MCU Spidey, and yeah, as you can see, Avengers Campus looks way better. The third cool thing is the smaller stuff, the unique accessories to the set. We can't of course forget the churro, I do absolutely love it, but I also love the printed book and the poster that says Peter versus Harley. A really nice callback to Iron Man 3 that I wasn't expecting. Wrapping up on the Hot Toys D23 event exclusive Avengers Campus Spidey. Going into this, I was really excited. I love this suit IRL at Disneyland, and yeah, I love it shrunk down to 1/6 scale as well. That doesn't mean he's perfect though. There are the usual Spidey drawbacks. The articulation can be limited if you want to preserve the suit, because the blue sections are rubbery. That means they can crease, they can stretch, they can get damaged. Please be careful. If you know what you're doing, you've owned some previous Spidey figures such as Tech Suit, you know exactly what to expect going in. This suit feels almost identical. The body is the same as upgraded suit, meaning sturdy, ratcheted joints, really good proportions, and musculature visible through the suit itself. Now, you don't get a Tom Holland head sculpt here, and if you skip the D23 version and go for the standard release, then you're missing out on the 1/6 scale churro. I really like the churro, I would rather have it than not, but if it means getting this guy or not, I would just say, yeah, skip the churro, get the standard release. He's going to be way more accessible, and even though you are missing out on some of those accessories, you're still getting the main attraction here, which is of course the figure itself. If you're a Disneyland fan, if you like Avengers Campus, then this guy is a no-brainer. Now, if you are looking to get the Hot Toys exclusive web version, I have popped the link to toyswonderland.com in the description below. They do have installment plans and a points-based reward system. While you're down there, why not hit that subscribe, bell notification icon, and join button if you like the sound of seeing your name in the end credits of my reviews. Like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next video.